Oh God, that was a thin. Must have lifted my head up on that particular shot. Ooh. Okay, so how many times have you heard that phrase on the golf course? As soon as somebody hits a bad shot, or if you've hit a bad shot, your playing partner will say, you've lifted your head. Okay, so this video here, we're going to have a little look at what this head does through the golf swing, and is keeping your head down a good thing or not? So just before we jump into the video, if you haven't already subscribed, please consider doing so. Logo's in the bottom right hand corner of the screen, MNG. Hit that, hit subscribe, and also the bell icon so you get notifications of any future videos that land on the channel. If you're enjoying the content I'm producing, hit the thumbs up and obviously share it around with your friends. Okay, so we're going to talk about the head and how it sort of moves through the golf swing. And I think, you know, there's a lot of terminologies out there that I think a lot of golfers will sort of try and work on. You know, the whole phrase, you've got to keep your head down, you've got to keep your head still. You know, I get golfers coming in here and they think they're doing the right things, and all I'm seeing here is this head down. So this chin is buried right into the chest, which obviously suffers them with posture. And then they've got to keep this head still. Okay, so we don't want to move this head through the swing. Okay, and you end up seeing actions very similar to that. So let's talk a little bit about this head and what it sort of does through the golf swing, and does it actually move? And I would say yes, it does. It's got to sort of move. At the end of the day, your body is rotating, okay, and we are having a little bit of weight shift through the golf swing into that finish position. So this head has got to move, and you've got to allow it to sort of move. But of course, we've got to have a little bit of control with how much it actually moves, because you know what we don't want to be doing is having sort of big lateral movements where this head is moving a long way off on the backswing there, and then trying to come all back or staying back here. So yes, we've got to keep a control of this head, but you know, at the end of the day, we don't want to be having it clamped in one position and then just literally restricting all your body movement. So as you imagine, as we make a backswing, and I'll put a club across my shoulders here, as we make a backswing, okay, and we rotate, if you watch my head here, the head does move, because as I rotate, you'll see my head will move fractionally away from target. Okay, so as I make that backswing here, and I turn and I rotate, I turn fractionally into my trail leg here, you'll see my head has just moved fractionally to the right hand side for me as a right-handed golfer. Okay, so as I say, we don't want to be moving away too much. So some golfers are working on a wide takeaway, their head will end up moving too much with it. Or what I say, can't move our head, keep the head down, stay central there, and you end up sort of doing that. Okay, so there is a little bit of a slight movement with the head as you make that backswing. And then as you come into that follow through here, or the downswing should I say, as you're coming through, the head is just going to maybe stay quite central at this point here, but it'll start to move fractionally further back as you're shifting your weight and coming back down. Okay, and then obviously if you've gone through impact here, the right arm and right shoulder starts to kick, and that's then when the head moves as your whole body then stands up into its finish of the golf swing. So let's not get into this real obsession of keeping the head down. Those guys that are going to shout at you as soon as you hit a bad shot, you've lifted your head, ignore it. You know, to be honest, the amount of times I see a golfer in a studio here through a lesson actually physically lift the head through impact is so limited, really. You know, the guys, have you lifted your head? Never really see that. Very, very rarely do I see them come up and lift like that. Yes, they might hold the weight back, but this head isn't lifting up like everybody would say they would do if they hit typically a thin shot or a top shot. Okay, so I'm going to hit a shot here, and I just want you to maybe just have a look at my head, how it sort of moves through the swing. Yes, it'll be quite stable, quite still, but there is going to be a little bit of movement happening here. We've just got to allow that head to move as you're rotating and transferring your body weight. Okay, and that was a nice strike there. So you're seeing through that clip there, my head did move fractionally. Okay, again, as I explained, as I rotate and turn round, the head is moving very, very subtly there, and definitely not having that chin tucked really right down in my chest. My posture's up, my head's up. It's going to allow it to freely move fractionally as I work through that golf swing. Okay, so if if you're one of those that maybe look at your posture, I think that's the big thing here, because we definitely want to see that head go down. You see the curvature of the spine goes down, the shoulders really tuck in and get a little bit rounded there. That really restricts your rotation of your spine through the actual golf swing there. So, feel that chin go up. Okay, and then just maybe do some swings to start off with in the mirror. Get the club across your shoulder like I did there. Make that little bit of turn and see what that head does. Okay, is it doing too much, or is it just having that little movement there as you come back, and then obviously lift up into that finish position. Okay, guys. Again, thank you very much for watching the video. Do appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button, get notifications of any future videos. Love to try and get more and more subscribers, try and grow the channel and help as many of you out there as possible. Offering online golf lessons, and a lot of you guys have taken advantage of these, and we've seen some really good success stories here, which is fantastic. Love to help as many golfers out there as possible. There's a link in the description down below to look at online lessons and the process and how it sort of works. Hopefully we can help some of you out there, and hopefully we'll catch up with you all very soon.